Well, good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to El Coliseo Ciudad Deportiva in Havana for this World Series boxing quarterfinal second leg between the Cuba Domadores and the Uzbek Tigers. It was a sensational first leg last week, 3-2 to the Uzbek Tigers it is, as we go into tonight's boxing. And there is the playoff scene at the moment. So whoever wins this will face the winners of Italia Thunder and the Colombia Heroicos. And it is very evenly poised, as are all of the matches, which is just an indication of how competitive WSB has been this season.
Elito Rebe y su charangón, damos la bienvenida desde el Coliseo de la Ciudad Deportiva de La Habana. Nacional de Deportes, Educación Física y Recreación INDER y la Federación Cubana de Boxeo se complacen en darles la bienvenida a los cuartos de final de la Serie Mundial de Boxeo, con el duelo hoy entre Tigres de Uzbekistán y Domadores de Cuba.
Two times winners, of course, the Domadores.
Good evening.
Made the final all three seasons they've been in the competition.
National Institute of Sport, Physical Education and Recreation INDER, and the Boxing Cuban Federation welcome and invite you to enjoy the quarterfinal of the World Boxing Series. Today, Tigers from Uzbekistan and the host, Tamers from Cuba. Con sus directivos del INDER, encabezados por su presidente, el doctor Antonio Becali Garrido, Alberto Puy de la Barca, miembro del Comité Ejecutivo de la AIBA y presidente de la Federación Cubana de
Boxeo. The Uzbek Tigers in their second season in WSB got to the semi-finals last year when they were knocked out by the Cuba Domadores. Didn't get off to the greatest of starts this time around. An early defeat against China made life a little bit difficult, but they recovered well. Uzbekistan have just had a sensationally successful Asian Championships, winning 9 gold medals, 9 out of 10 possible. All 9 of those gold medalists taking part in this match. 5 on show tonight. The Cubans, of course, bring a wealth of Olympic, World Championship, American Championship and Pan American Games medals and titles to the table as well. So this really is a heavyweight clash, showcasing the very best that WSB has to offer.
De los Tigres de Uzbekistan. Next, now the man that will defend the color of Tiger from Uzbekistan.
The Uzbek Tigers, as I say, lead 3-2 from last week. They were 3-1 up going into the heavyweight bout. Cuba badly needed it. There is Savon delivered. And then Жасурбек, Latipov, Эльнур, Abduraimov, Shahram, Gиясов, Bektemir, Mеликузиев and Bаходир, Жалолов. They have 5 Asian Championship gold medalists. There's World Championship medals in there as well, Olympic medals. And we could have a tie-break tonight, of course. Remember, if this finishes 3-2, it'll be 5-5. And then we'll have a second bout at super heavyweight. That is a very real possibility.
División 52 kilogramos, 52 kilograms division, Жасурбек, Latipov. División 60 kilogramos, 60 kilograms division, Эльнур, Abduraimov. División 69 kilogramos, 60 division, Shahram, Giyasov.
Shahram, Giyasov, an Olympic silver medalist as well.
División 81 kilogramos, 80 division, Bektemir, Melikuziев.
As is Melikuziев.
División más de 91 kilogramos, Super Heavyweight Division, Baходир, Жалолов. En caso de empate, tie break, división más de 91 kilogramos, Super Heavyweight Division, Mirzobek, Kasanov.
And Kasanov will be in the tie break should we need it.
Head coach, Kilishev, Tulkin. Recibamos ahora con el aplauso de todos ustedes.
So that is the team for the Uzbek Tigers. A wealth of experience and plenty of medals in there as well. And the same could be said, even more so, for the Cuba Domadores. Look at some of those faces, some of those names. Yosvani, Veitia, Lasaro, Альварес, Роньель, Iglesias, Hulio, Cruz. Альварес and Cruz, 3-time world champions. Cruz, a Rio 2016 gold medalist. Iglesias, a gold medalist in London 2012. Veitia, silver medalist in the 2015 World Championships, bronze in 2013. Let's go through their list of achievements. It would really take quite a long time. Won the competition in season 4 and season 6, beaten finalists in season 5. This crowd expects nothing less than to see their team get to the final again and win.
División 52 kilogramos, 52 kilograms division, Yosvani Veitia.
20 WSB wins for Veitia.
División 60 kilogramos, 60 kilograms division, Lásaro Альварес.
Альварес, 3-time world champion, 2-time Olympic bronze medalist.
Kilogramos, 69 kilograms division, Ronьель, Iglesias.
Iglesias, London 2012 gold medalist,
División
light welter.
81 kilogramos, 81 kilograms division, Hulio, Sesar, Cruz.
Cruz, another 3-time world champion, Rio gold medalist
División
as well.
91 kilogramos, super heavyweight division, Jose Ángel, Lardует.
Lardует 3-0 this season.
Caso de empate, tie break, división más de 91 kilogramos, super heavyweight division, Joandri Toirá.
Toirak's needed, it will be
Entrenador
his
jefe,
first
head
bout
coach,
of the season.
Rolando Acebal.
Rolando Acebal, the head
Buena
coach.
suerte a todos, good luck tonight.
So the two teams come together and embrace between the coaches. That first bout of the night will be at flyweight. Important for Cuba to get off to a good start. They don't find themselves behind very often. They did lose to Colombia in the group stages. I commentated on that one. It was a fantastic match. But they've had so few reverses in WSB since they've entered the competition. They lost away to the Ukraine Ottomans last season in the group stages. The first time they'd ever lost in the group stages. And they lost that final in season 5, 6-4 against Astana Arlands of Kazakhstan. I was ringside for that too, and it was another superb match. So those are the lineups.
Primer combate de la noche, división 52 kilogramos de first bout tonight, 52 kilograms division. Árbitro, referee, Jürgen Schroeder de Alemania. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tiger from Uzbekistan corner, Жасурбек, Latipo.
Yosvani Lатипов with the height advantage there over Yosvani Veitia. You can see at the head-to-head. Yesterday, this is his first WSB bout of the season. Won gold in Tashkent on home soil in the recent Asian Championships, as so many of them did, of course. It was only at heavyweight that they didn't get the gold. That was claimed by Vasily Levit of Kazakhstan, but they dominated to an extent that is almost unheard of, really, particularly given that Kazakhstan are so strong themselves. If he can get the win here, Latipo, that will open up a 4-2 margin. Really put the pressure on the Cuba Domadores.
En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, timer from Cuba corner, Yosvani Veitia.
Veitia's been the #1 for Cuba at 52 kilos for quite some time now. Competed at London 2012 and at Rio 2016, knocked out in the quarterfinals in Rio. Silver medal at the 2015 World Championships and also at the American Championships and Pan American Games in the same year. '20 wins in World Series boxing. 1 win and 1 defeat this season, though. He lost to Yol Finol a few weeks ago. The expectation on these Cuban fighters when they're performing anywhere, but particularly at home, is immense, and generally they shoulder that potential burden with ease, really. Well, the tail of the tape has them at the same height there, but you can see from the head-to-head that Latipo looks to have a bit of advantage.
Primer combate de la noche, división 52 kilogramos. The first bout tonight, 52 kilograms division. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner. Plata mundial Almaty 2013, World Silver Almaty 2013. Жасурбек, Latipo. En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, Tamers from Cuba corner. Campeón mundial Doha, campeón panamericano 2015, World Champion Doha, Pan American Champion 2015, Yosvani Veitia.
Referee just making a quick inspection before he gives his final instructions.
In this ball, head up, attention here, punches up, and no holding, okay? Check it.
And you can see there that Latipo is quite a bit taller. Looking to try and use that advantage if he can. The Sports City Coliseum, it's well attended for this match, as it always is. So opening bout, 52 kilos, Yosvani Veitia in the red corner of Cuba, Жасурбек Латипов in the blue corner of Uzbekistan Tigers. Veitia in that southpaw stance, Latipo orthodox. Latipo just lunging into a right hand. Veitia had managed to slip underneath it, that one with the left hand to the body. Latipo just closing down his own space a little bit there, as Veitia just tried to come in behind that left hand. Latipo, you'd imagine, will try and keep this at range if he can. Just darted in with a right to the stomach there. Veitia looking to try and get on the jab, fell just slightly short, and again there. Latipo again just missing with that right hand. He pulls that right hand a bit, he doesn't really throw it straight. Pulls it across his body, which kind of negates the advantage in reach that he has. He doesn't punch its full length. Good jab there from Veitia, that got to the target. Veitia looking for the left of the body again there. It was blocked partially by Latipo. A little bit untidy on the inside. The referee letting them get on with it. Latipo just pushing Veitia off. Again, looking for that right hand there, Latipo, but Veitia had managed to block it pretty comfortably. Hasn't quite found the range with his jab yet, Veitia. Needs to get into distance just a little bit more before he lets it go. Punch around the back of the head there, possibly, but Latipo did turn his back on Veitia there, so there wasn't too much that the Cuban could have done about that, really. Left there from Veitia looked like it might have been slightly low, but the referee had a good look at it. Latipo didn't make any kind of complaint into the final few seconds of the first round. Heads almost coming together there. Latipo moves in and tries to throw that right hand, and most of the time so far he's just got a little bit too close. A big winging left hand there from Latipo, just warming up into the final few seconds of the round. opening round important, but not as crucial as it is in other IBA competitions over the 3-round format. If you lose the opening round over 3, then you've really got a problem, but time to get it back in WSB, that 5-round format. We saw the unified rules earlier on. 5 3-minute rounds, a minute's rest in between each round. 3 scoring judges ringside using the 10-point must system. It's the same format that's been in place for a long time now. And it's Veitia who gets it on all 3 judges' scorecards. I wouldn't argue with that. He was the busier, really, of the 2 in that opening round. Landed more than Lantipov. Lantipov just looks a little bit tight. He needs to settle down. He needs to try and use that jab. He does have that height advantage. It's quite marked. He doesn't really jab. He looks to just push that left hand out and then move in behind it with the right. Doesn't necessarily follow that the taller fighter will keep it at range and box on the outside. It depends really on his style. Lantipov just swinging himself off balance there and going down to the canvas. Left hand body there again for Veitia. It's a good shot. It's a scoring shot that gets through. It's not really taking anything out of Lantipov, but it's landing. And then Lantipov on the inside there again. He just gets a little bit too close. As Veitia comes towards him, he needs to just take half a step back and then maybe just bring Veitia onto his punches. But if he sticks and holds his ground like that, then Veitia's on him. Just like there, he's on him before he can really do anything about it. And it's a shot to nothing for Veitia, really. Nice good jab there from Veitia. Lantipov has got to try and get his punches off here, really. Veitia is first all the time at the moment. Veitia again just fencing with that jab. Carries that lead hand low. Just dipping in and out with that front foot, trying to draw something from Lantipov. Again, there's that swinging right hand which falls short. He doesn't really make use of the physical attributes he's got, Lantipov, in terms of the height and reach. So a cupping left hand there from the Uzbek fighter. Caught the chin of Veitia. Wasn't really moved by it. Lantipov needs to go again there. He threw the right hand, he was caught on the gloves, and Veitia was just tucking up. He needed to just take that half step back and just go again. Second phase of attack. He's got to try and make things a bit more uncomfortable for the Cuban in there. It's easy to say, it's much more difficult to do. And there's that left hand again from Lantipov, just skims the top of the head there of Veitia. Nice jab there from the Cuban. He's had another good round here, Veitia, I would say. And there's that left that landed from Lantipov. Good looking jab from Veitia. And you see the Uzbek corner there. What they're asking for is Lantipov to walk his man down a little bit more, and it's 10-9 again for Veitia there, so Latipov's got it all to do here. He's 2 rounds down on all 3 judges' scorecards. it's Veitia who's first to the punch. Latipov, he won't know the scores, of course, but he'll have a sense of the way this is going. He's got to do something here to try and disrupt the rhythm of the Cuban. He cannot allow it to continue like this, or he's going to lose this fight. Veitia in the white shorts, red socks of Cuba. Lатipov in the blue of the Uzbek Tigers. Exchanging on the inside there, though, but Veitia got the better of that. Big overhand right there from Lатipov, just fell short. Nice jab there again from Veitia, and then just moves away to his right hand side, straight left hand, gets through, down the middle it went, and just tucking up there, good defence from Veitia. He's beginning to enjoy himself in there now. And Lатipov at the minute just doesn't really have any answers. Trading jabs. Lатipov falling short with his a second time around. Good use of the feet there from Veitia. You just see him switch directions so quickly, so nimbly. He's very tentative with that lead hand, Lатipov. It's not really any kind of a weapon. He just pushes it out there to try and gauge the distance more than anything else. Maybe a slight bit of swelling underneath the left eye there of Lатipov. Nothing to get too excited about, but that jab has found its target a number of times, and as Lатipov throws a wide left hand, Veitia comfortably able just to dip underneath it. And if he doesn't get this round, the Uzbek Tiger, and he's not getting it on my card at the minute, then he's going to have to do something serious in the final 2 rounds. There's the jab from Veitia, and then followed by the right hand. Lатipov trying to answer back with a right hand of his own. Then a rather laboured looking left, and Veitia comfortably able to just slip inside it. That right hand to the body there was a scoring shot from Latipov. The jab's just reached enough times for Veitia. It's not really had much on it by the time it's got there, but it doesn't matter. And 10-9 again there for Veitia, so 3 rounds to 0 up on all 3 judges' scorecards, and Latipov now is going to need at least 1-10-8 to get back into this. A couple of 10-8s to win it. It's difficult to see that happening. Those 2 stars on the canvas there underneath the Domadores emblem, signifying their 2 WSB wins in seasons 4 and 6. Taken to a tiebreak in season 4 and season 6 in Tashkent last year. They ran out 9-1 winners against the British Lionhearts. In action tomorrow night against the France Fighting Roosters. 3-2 down going into that one. As we saw at the start, all 4 quarterfinals after the first leg poised at 3-2, which is exactly what you want to see. And it doesn't come as any great surprise, because throughout the group stages we saw a lot of very, very tight matches. It's exactly what this competition is designed to deliver. And Veitia will know, I think, that he's in control of this one, and Lатipov, I'm equally sure, will know that he's chasing it. The body movement there from Veitia is good. Very difficult to catch him clean. Well, timeout called here by the referee. Bit of damage to the face there, possibly a Veitia. Maybe the heads have come together at some point. Well, there's a cut just underneath the left eye, and I think it was caused by a punch there. The action from the referee. I couldn't quite see whether he was signifying a punch or a clash of heads. I'd say that a clash of heads was probably more likely, to be honest. The doctor just applying a bit of pressure there, trying to get it to stop bleeding. If it was a clash of heads, and the bout has to halt as a result, and that, I think, is where it was caused. So it was a clash of heads. The head just coming up there from Latipo, and if he's unable to continue, he is able to continue, but if it worsens and the bout is stopped as a result of it, will go to the cards, and it will be a win for Yosvani Veitia. It didn't look too bad to me, but the swelling can come up and stretch it a little bit wider sometimes. Big bombing right hand there from Latipov, but Veitia could see that coming from a way back. Left of the body there again from Veitia. There was a flurry of leather from Latipov, but nothing found the target, I'm afraid. There's that left of the body again. Raiding missions from Veitia. And they've been encouraging Latipov right from the very start to keep coming forward, to try and put Veitia under pressure. And he has tried Latipov. It's just a very difficult thing to do because the Cuban does not stay in one place for any length of time. And I think he's a bit wary, Latipov, that if he comes forward and overcommits himself, he's just going to get picked off. Again, as he moves in behind that right hand, there's just not enough space for it. He's just smothering his own work at times, Latipov. There's that left hand, straight left hand from Veitia, followed by the jab. And you can see the damage just below the left eye, but that will be another round in the bank, I'm pretty sure, for Yosvani Veitia. Unless Latipov can do something extraordinary in this final round, he's going to have to stop Veitia. And it will be a win for Cuba in this opening bout, and that would tie it up 3-3 in the match. That's where it happened, we believe. Fifth and final round. Again, Veitia just flicking that jab up from the waist. Turn southpaw here. Latipov just trying to do something different. Back to the orthodox stance now for Latipov. Trying to fire off the 1-2. His defensive work has been good. Veitia, good example of it there. The upper body movement is good. Tucks that chin in behind the shoulder. He's difficult to catch, and even when he does manage to find something, Latipov, it's generally a glove or a forearm. There's that jab again. Flicks it up quickly. just snakes in, and Latipov hasn't really been able to get out of the way of it at times. It's not a massive amount of snap on it, but the judges can see it. It's an easy punch to spot. There's a left to the body. And the crowd looking for a big finish here from Yosvani Veitia. He doesn't need one. Cruz and Eraslandy Savon with the wins for Cuba last week. High profile defeat for Arlen Lopez, Olympic gold medalist and world champion. There's another cut there as the heads have come together, and it seems to be just by the hairline, I think, and the doctor's going to have a look at that one, and the referee indicating again that it's a clash of heads. So he's been in the wars a bit here, Veitia, but he's going to get the win. Not a lot of time between now and the semi-finals, though, were they to get through, of course. First legs take place in a couple of weeks' time. Second legs the week after. Too much time left in the fight for Veitia just to get through, and I think the doctor might be saying that they might need to stop the bout here, possibly, and they have indeed. So it comes to an end. They will score that final round, that incomplete round, and Yosvani Veitia was well and truly in control. So it's not going to be a problem for him. It was caused by a clash of heads. We saw that indicated by the referee. So we will go to the cards. Good left hand there from Veitia. There's that jab, that worked well for him throughout the course of the fight. And there it is, that's the clash of heads.
Señoras y señores, el resultado del combate, división 52 kilogramos. Ladies and gentlemen, the score of this bout, 52 kilograms division. Juez 1, judge number 1, 49-46, 49-46. Juez 2, judge number 2, 48-47, 48-47. Juez 3, judge 3, 49-46, 49-46. El vencedor por votación unánime, the winner, unanimous decision, de los Domadores de Cuba, from Cuba.
So Veitia gets it, 49-46 on two of the cards, 48-47 on the other one. So a win by unanimous decision there, and that levels it up at 3-3. So Cuba get that 1 point deficit from the first leg back immediately, which is exactly what they would have planned to do. And Yosvani Veitia, as the front runner for the team here tonight, has done his job, and he's done it well. Interesting bout coming up at lightweight between Lázaro Álvarez and Эльнур Абдураимов. They met in WSB last season, and it was Álvarez who ran out the winner.
Segundo combate de la noche, división 60 kilogramos, the second bout tonight, 60 kilogram division. Árbitro, referee, Ray Morley de Inglaterra. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner, Elnur Abduraimov.
Well, Abduraimov, another one of the Uzbek Tigers who won gold in Tashkent in the Asian Championships. 2-1 this season, 6-2 overall in World Series boxing. As I say, these two met last season, and it was Альварес who came out on the winning side on that occasion. All three judges finding in his favour over the 5 rounds. Abduraimov beating Shiva Thapa of India in that Asian Championships final.
En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, timers from Cuba corner, Lásaro Альварес.
Альварес, a 3-time AIBA world champion, a 2-time Olympic bronze medalist, has won golds at the Pan American Games as well, silver in the American Championships last time around. The American Championships in Honduras this year. Will be with us in mid-June, so that will be a terrific competition, as it always is. African Championships coming up shortly. European Championships just about a week later than the American ones. Альварес with just that one defeat, that was against Albert Selimov back in 2014. He's won 15 in a row in WSB since then.
Segundo combate de la noche, división 60 kilogramos, the second bout tonight, 60 kilograms division. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner, medallista mundial, world medalist, Elnur Abduraimov. En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, timers from Cuba corner, tricampeón mundial, doble campeón panamericano, bronce olímpico, 3 times world champion, 2 times Pan American champion, Olympic bronze medalist, Lásaro Альварес.
So at lightweights, in the red corner, Lázaro Альварес of the Cuba Domadores. In the blue corner for the Uzbek Tigers, Elnur Abduraimov.
Good luck, shake hands.
Ray Morley of England, the referee. Альварес 1-0 so far this season. So 2 southpaws we have here. Альварес with that kind of sinewy whipcord build. Abduraimov to get on the front foot early there, and then Альварес came back with a 2-punch combination which landed mainly on the gloves. Abduraimov keen to make it known to him that the punches didn't get through. Slightly tentative with the jab there, Abduraimov, and then just saw his head rock back a bit by that straight left hand from Альварес. They're such rhythm fighters, the Cubans, and if they can establish that rhythm, then it's extremely difficult to knock them out of it. It can be done, though. We saw Lopez defeated in the first leg. One of their bigger names, Cruz, has lost about this season as well. A seemingly invincible light heavyweight. Abduraimov is looking to get on the front foot here. Slipped under the left hand from Альварес nicely there, and then tried to get to work, but nothing really got through. Альварес is using the periphery of the ring. Abduraimov just looking to try and hold the centre if he can. slipping in and out with the feet there, Abduraimov. That was good, and then followed it up. Alvarez trying to signal to the judges that he landed there. Alvarez working to the body. Abduraimov doing the right thing here, I think. He's just trying to walk Alvarez down, not give him any kind of peace. He's got to be careful about getting picked off on the way in. He is being picked off on the way in on occasions, I'm afraid, but I think that's a risk he really does have to take. With a left hand through there, Abduraimov, but Alvarez scored as well, I would say, with a left of his own. When he's in close there, Abduraimov, the problem he's got is that he's getting his punches off, but he's keeping his hands low and just holding his feet and staying where he is, and it gives Alvarez the opportunity to throw back. Good footwork there from Alvarez, just skirting along the ropes. Bell goes to the end of the first round. Alvarez feels that he's done enough to take that one. Abduraimov, you can see what he's trying to do here. He's setting his stall out to really try and walk Alvarez down and pressure him and get up in his face, but it wasn't all that effective in the opening round. Nice kind of dabbing left hand there from Alvarez. And of the two, it was the Cuban who landed the cleaner blows. That didn't quite reach, but then the left hand did. Well, split scoring. Judges A and B go with Alvarez. Judge C goes with Abduraimov. Into the second round, and Alvarez just tries to kick off with a jab there, which didn't quite travel all the way to the target. Just lost his balance there slightly, Alvarez, as he was trying to move away to his right-hand side. Abduraimov with a decent body attack there. The referee just telling him to keep those punches up. They looked okay. The second one was maybe borderline. He's got to keep working at a high pace here, Abduraimov. He is going to get caught at times. It's inevitable, but just falling in behind his left hand there, Abduraimov, and that could have caused him a real problem, but Alvarez had just backed off and wasn't able to take advantage of it. Flashy combinations from the Cuban, and then praise from the crowd. Both of them just being not exactly warned by the referee, but encouraged by him, shall we say, to keep those punches up, just stooping in with the jab to the body there, Abduraimov. Left hand came back from Alvarez, and he just managed to slip underneath it. Left hand there from Alvarez, short left hand. Again, just made contact with the features of Abduraimov. Better upper body movement that time from Abduraimov as he came in. I think it was probably the aggression, really, of the Uzbek fighter that saw him get the 10-9 with Judge C. He's the man, or was the man in the first round on the front foot. Well, right hand there from Alvarez did look low, but it was on the blind side of the referee. You couldn't see it. Alvarez certainly the busier of the two in this second round. Left hand to the side of the head there from the Cuban. Abduraimov trying to keep those hands moving. Alvarez just opening up there, got caught. He was opening up to throw the right hand and went straight onto one. Right to the body there from Abduraimov was a decent looking shot. Alvarez with a combination, but it was taken entirely on the gloves there by Abduraimov. He tries to work on the inside, but again there, when he does that, he's always in danger of copping a couple back, which he did there. Long left hand there from Alvarez. I don't think really landed, but the crowd liked it. They saw the head go back, but the head was taken back there by Abduraimov more than anything else. Bell goes at the end of the round, the right to the body, maybe landed just a little bit late from Abduraimov, but he was in full flow, couldn't really stop himself. Short there, Alvarez, and then Abduraimov coming in, heads almost coming together. A straight left hand from Alvarez was accurate, and then the left hand on the inside too. A little bit messy at times in that round. Split scoring in the first round. Let's see what the judges have made of the second round, and it's Alvarez across the board. So he opens up a 2-point advantage with judges A and B, level with Judge C. So Abduraimov needs this round. He cannot afford to let Alvarez open up a 3-point gap through 3 rounds with judges A and B. Just trying to shuffle forward there, Abduraimov, but Alvarez, who keeps those hands very, very busy. He's got to move his head on the way in if he's going to do that, Abduraimov. He can't just come forward in straight lines. Body attack there from Alvarez, but Abduraimov managed to drop the elbows on it, looking to try and use that jab. The Uzbek fighter, and then there's no call to break there, and Alvarez is clubbing away at the side of the head. There's nothing wrong with that. The referee hadn't said anything. And Abduraimov, to an extent, really just let it happen. Good combination, the right to the body. Just snuck in behind the elbow there from Alvarez. He just dips that front foot in every now and again, Abduraimov, just stretches it out, just looking to try and see if he can draw something from Alvarez. But when he does, he doesn't really come back with anything. Nice short right hand there from the Cuban. And a short left too on the inside. He's got to go again there, Abduraimov. He landed a couple to the body and he was in punching range and he just let his hands drop. There's one thing you know about fighting Alvarez is that the punch output will be pretty relentless. He throws a lot. Looking for the uppercut there, Abduraimov. That might not be a bad idea. He hasn't really managed to throw too many of them. But again, as he just moved into range there, it was Alvarez who got his punches off first. Short left hand there from Abduraimov was decent. Alvarez just falling short with the left hand, but Abduraimov was too far away really to do anything about it. Then Alvarez just gets those feet moving. Needed this one, Abduraimov, with judges A and B. I don't think he's going to get it. Final few seconds of the round. It's a good left hand on the inside there from Alvarez, and look at that defensive work too, just tucking up, side on, difficult target to find. Abduraimov in close there, looked for the uppercut, missed, and he was made to pay. That's what Alvarez has been doing, really. He's been making him miss and making him pay. And Alvarez again, so it's 30 points to 27 with judges A and B, so he's opened up clear water on those two cards. A point advantage with Judge C. So he's in control of this one now. And he'll know it, I think. Abduraimov has got to try and mix things up here and make every effort he can just to disturb this rhythm of Alvarez. He's such a busy fighter, though, Alvarez. He finds really good angles. Moves those feet well. He's a hard man to pin down. Just that one WSB defeat that I mentioned to Selimov taking some big scalps in Maeva boxing. The only fighter to beat Vasyl Lomachenko a good while ago now. Alvarez with wins in his 2 WSB finals, and all of his 3 WSB finals, in fact. Cuba have been pretty sensational since entering the competition in season 4. It's what we expected, really. A good left hand on the inside there again, just clipped the chin of Abduraimov. And just gets cuffed on the inside there too. He leans in at times, looking to try and clinch. But as he's doing it, Alvarez just manages to find just a touch of space, just moves those feet a fraction and opens up just enough room to get his punches away. He's persevering here, Abduraimov, but he really can't do anything with Alvarez, I'm afraid. Just overbalancing a touch there, Alvarez, doubled up on the jab and then through the left hand, but his weight just came forward, a rare kind of loss of balance, really. You don't see too many technical flaws from Cuban fighters, but every now and again that back leg from Alvarez just comes round as he throws that left hand. But the hands just never stop moving. There's always something on the go, there's always something for his opponent to think about, and if you hesitate for just a fraction of a second, then there's plenty coming back your way. Nice left hand on the inside there from Alvarez, a really good example of what I was talking about. They're in close range there, and he catches him again at the end of the session with a chopping left. He's very, very good at just finding that little bit of space, just adjusting those feet there, minimal movements. They just take him back ever so slightly and gives him just enough room to find those accurate, short, sharp shots on the inside. It's been hard work, this, for Abduraimov. And he hasn't managed to find an answer to this Cuban puzzle. There's a nick on the forehead there. I think he might have brought that into the fight by the look of it. There's not really any blood coming from it, just below the hairline there, above his left eye. Dropped his hands and just walked onto one, and 2 or 3 more followed. So 10-9 again for Alvarez, and Abduraimov needs a knockout now, and he'll know that. It's not been a difficult one to score, this. He just needs to finish on his feet here, Alvarez, and he's going to give his team another point, and that will take Cuba 4-3 up in the match. proper body movement there from Abduraimov, just trying to keep out of the way of those shots coming in. The right hand there from Alvarez, just found a kind of glancing blow and then looked to work to the body with that same right. Lead right hand there from Alvarez, straight down the middle again, just got through. His punches don't travel all that far at times, but he's perfectly happy on the inside. He does have a pretty long reach actually, Alvarez. He's got those kind of long sinewy arms that come with the build he's got. He doesn't really jab all that much. The uppercut there, we haven't seen him try and find that too many times. It's the left hand really that's done the damage, and Abduraimov just walked onto another one there as we head into the final minute of this contest at lightweight, and it's been another very good performance from a Cuba Domadore. Uzbek Veitia has taken the opening bout against Жасурбек Latipo to make it 3-3 overall, and Alvarez is going to take this one to make it 4-3 to Cuba, and it will then be absolutely critical that Shahram Gияsov gets a point against Ronьель Iglesias. Those two met in the Olympic Games, and it was Gияsov who got the better of it. And Alvarez looking to finish in style here. He's never stopped trying, Abduraimov, but every time he drops his hands, every time he hesitates, every time he just holds his feet and stays still, he finds himself on the receiving end. He got a good little uppercut through there, though. The Uzbek Tiger has a look at the corner. He knows that this is nearly over and it's not going to go his way. And there goes the bell. And that is going to be a unanimous points win for the much decorated Lázaro Alvarez. He's just so very, very accurate. And Abduraimov didn't really have an answer. Three-punch combination there, two of those landed absolutely flush. And I suspect they hurt a bit more than they look like they do. He's got a little bit of a dig on him, Alvarez, on the inside.
Señoras y señores, el resultado del combate, división 60 kilogramos, ladies and gentlemen, the score of this bout, 16 kilogram division. Juez 1, judge number 1, 50-45, 50-45. Juez 2, judge number 2, 50-45, 50-45. Juez 3, judge number 3, 49-46, 49-46. El vencedor por votación unánime, the winner, unanimous decision, de los Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba, Lásaro Альварес.
So Alvarez gets it by wide margins, as we knew he would, as we saw the scores come up at the end of each round throughout that contest. Shutouts for two of the judges, and one round to Abduraimov with the other. So it's 2-0 on the night, 4-3 to Cuba now. And the Uzbek Tigers really need something in the welterweight bout. Shahram Gиясов needs to reprise that Olympic win against Ronьель Iglesias.
Tercer combate de la noche, división 69 kilogramos, the third bout tonight, 69 kilograms division. Árbitro, referee, Roberto Servide de Argentina. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner, Shahram Giyasov.
Well, as I've been mentioning, these two made it the quarterfinals in Rio, and it was Gиясов who got the win. He made it all the way to the final, where he lost to Daniyar Yulusanov of Kazakhstan, so picking up an Olympic silver medal. Yulusanov returning to the very top table after a little bit of time away, actually, and Giyasov has followed that up with a gold medal in the recent Asian Championships in Tashkent. He's 1-1 this season. He lost to Aslanbek Shimburganov by split decision, and the pressure is on him here. Cuba go to 5-3. Then they're just one bout away.
En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, Tamers from Cuba corner, Ronьель Iglesias.
Iglesias is 3-0 so far this season, a gold medalist at London 2012 at light welterweight. He's stepped up to welterweight the last few seasons. He's had plenty of success as well. Gold medal at the American Championships in 2015, a Pan American Games silver. Back down to light welter, he got a gold in the 2009 World Championships. He's been around for a long time. In the really big tournaments, the World Championships and the Olympic Games over the last couple of years, it hasn't quite gone his way, but that is a terrific WSB record.
Tercer combate de la noche, división 69 kilogramos, the third bout tonight, 69 kilograms division. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner, subcampeón olímpico en Río 2016, Olympic silver medalist Rio 2016, Shahram Giyasov. En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, Tamers from Cuba corner, campeón olímpico, campeón panamericano, campeón mundial, Olympic champion, world champion, Pan American champion, Ronьель Iglesias.
So 69 kilograms for Cuba Domadores, Ronьель Iglesias. For the Uzbek Tigers, Shahram Giyasov. So bell goes. Iglesias of Cuba in the white shorts, red gloves, southpaw stance. Giyasov of the Uzbek Tigers, blue and white shorts, blue gloves. Southpaw against orthodox. Iglesias looking to just dart out that stinging jab. 1-2 from Iglesias, taking on the gloves, and Iglesias is looking aggressive here from the start. Giyasov beat Abdulakan Shusupov of Kazakhstan in the Asian Championships final. Good fighter, Shusupov. Young fighter too. Left hand there from Giyasov got through. It wasn't particularly solid. Iglesias looking to work the body on the inside. Tight guard there from Iglesias. Giyasov looking for the right to the body. Skimming blow more than anything else, looking to pump out that jab there, the Cuban. And then the left to the body. Plenty being thrown in this opening round. Wide left hook there from Giyasov, didn't land. Trading blows at the same time there, but it was Iglesias who got through with the stiffer one and then followed it up with the right hand, and I think he felt that he maybe got his man going a touch there because he really stepped on Giyasov. He looks to try and come back with a left to the body. It's a good-looking fight this so far, into the final minute of the first round. Good upper body movement there from Gиясов. Just took the weight back and managed to ride that southpaw jab. It didn't make any contact with him with any serious weight. Leading with the hook there, Iglesias. He was well short with it. Good stiff jab there from Iglesias, went straight through the guard. Gиясов just a bit square there as he came forward. Looks like left to the body, Gияsov. Bell goes at the end of round one. Goes that right hand. And again, just slung from low there from Iglesias. Gets good power on it, whipping it up from the waist. And it's a clean sweep for Iglesias after round one. And on the balance of what we saw, you'd have to say the judges are absolutely right there. Not had much joy tonight so far, the Uzbek Tigers. They need to change that. Slightly cagier start to round two. Gиясов looking to try and get that jab working. Better from Gиясov, but that's good defence from Iglesias. He's got those gloves nice and tight. Drop the forearms on the right to the body. He's got very good technical skills, Iglesias, as all the Cubans do, but he can be drawn into a fight. He does like to stand his ground and let the punches go, and I think that might be Giyasov's best bet, really. He won't necessarily come off best in that kind of an encounter, but he needs to get Iglesias to really engage, I think, to give himself a chance. They've looked really on point so far tonight, the Cuba Domadores. Good stiff jab there again from Iglesias. There's good power on it. It's a real up jab, just shoveled up from the waist. Giyasov looking for that left to the body. There it is again. That southpaw jab is working well for him. Nice combination again there from Iglesias, finished with the right to the body, and then when Giyasov tried to throw back, he had those gloves up again and just moving away to his right-hand side, landed another couple of pretty clean blows. Giyasov, a little bit unorthodox there, wide open and leading with the right hand. The balance was all coming forward. And like his two teammates before him, he's really struggling to get to grips with his Cuban opponent here. Nice 1-2, just snaps out that jab, just travelled 10, 12 inches, no more than that, as he shuffled the feet into range and then followed it with a left hand. Constantly changing the angle, Iglesias, and he's looking to go to town on Giyasov a little bit here. Giyasov trying to get a right hand of his own back on target. And there's that jab again. And he's getting worked over a bit here, Giyasov, to be honest. He's got to be careful coming forward like that as well, the Uzbek, he really has. Weight just coming forward. And that's just the kind of balance issue he has at times, and who's made to pay there by Iglesias. Two rounds to nil for Ronьель Iglesias, who at the minute is looking very much as though he's going to get a measure of revenge for that defeat in the Olympic Games. Gиясов just fainted with that right hand almost, had it cocked and ready to go, just kind of half threw it, then brought it back, and looking to just muscle his way forward. That was better from Gиясов. He is leaving himself open when he does that, but he does need to take risks. He'll know that he's dropped those first two rounds. And he's looking to be aggressive here. It could well be his undoing, but it's what he needs to do, because Iglesias has had this his own way so far. He's dictated terms. Gиясов has got to take some risks. Short left hand there again from Iglesias, just crunched through. Gиясov again just shuffling forward there, but didn't really manage to throw, and Iglesias just dipped to his left-hand side and then moved onto his shoulder. Right to the body, followed by right to the head. That was good from Gиясов. Just having a quick word about the heads maybe coming together, possibly coming together. Looking for 1-2 again there, Iglesias. He just dips away to his right-hand side and just sends that jab straight down the middle. It almost looks like he's going to lead with a hook, and then he just throws it straight. He's tried to mix it up more in this round, Gиясov, and has done better of the 3 rounds we've had so far. I'd say this is probably his best one. I don't think he's done enough to win the round. Cuban corner quickly into the ring, but Iglesias looks unruffled in there. Short, crisp punches from Iglesias, but just before that we saw Gиясов come marauding forward, and he did have some success in that round when he did that, but he was picked off on occasions by Iglesias, and it's 10-9 again, and Gияsov now with a mountain to climb. 2 rounds to go, he's 3 points down on all 3 cards. And The Domadores have really turned up so far tonight. You never expect anything else, particularly on home turf. Gиясов is going to try everything he can here. A clash of heads there, I think, on the inside. Can't see any blood coming, but you just put that right glove up just to feel a bump just below the hairline, I think, and Iglesias again quickly gets to work. Gиясов just wailing away with that right hand. Working very hard in there, the Uzbek Tiger. And again, had some success with it there. Launching that right hand from distance, Iglesias could see that one coming, just took the weight back onto the back foot and kept the gloves up. Legs just tangling as Iglesias came forward there. Orthodox against southpaw, it's something that often happens. It hasn't been too messy on that front. Left to the body there from Gиясов. And Iglesias' effectiveness has just dipped slightly in this fourth round. This is Giyasov's best round of the fight so far, I would say. Again, Giyasov with that kind of right-hand lead. Maybe he'll get some reward from the judges for this fourth round, Giyasov. He's been on the front foot, he's made the running, you would say. Most of the moisture from that towel being flicked towards Giyasov in the corner there is going straight back over the gentleman who's trying to propel it onto his fighter. And Giyasov gets around, and I think that's right, because he put a lot into that fourth round, and that narrows it now to 39-37 on all three scorecards. He still needs a stoppage, really, in this fifth and final round, but as I've been saying, he's worked very, very hard throughout the course of this fight. The effort has certainly been there from Giyasov, but in the first three rounds, Iglesias was the better of the two, and maybe took his foot off the gas slightly in that fourth round. Giyasov again just clubbing away with that right hand. He's keeping it working. Again, just coming forward. His hands are down, and Iglesias at the minute just can't make him pay for it. Back leg just coming round there from Giyasov, just threw that right hand. It didn't quite reach, and the weight was just coming forward. Iglesias is so well balanced. Midway through the fifth and final round. Gиясов of Uzbekistan with the blue gloves there. He needs something huge really in the last 90 seconds now to turn this one around, otherwise Iglesias is going to get this. And it will open up a 5-3 lead for Cuba with just 2 bouts remaining, and that would mean that the Uzbek Tigers would need the final 2 bouts to make it 5-5. And then we would go to a tie break with Julio Cruz to come in the next bout against Bektemir Melikuziev. That's another terrific matchup, but Cruz on home soil would be expected to get the point there. Gияsov again has been the one making the running in this fifth and final round. He might get this one too, but there's no way he's going to get it 10-8. And that would mean that he would go down to a 48 points to 47 defeat, best case scenario. Missing there, Gияsov with a big right hand. Good contest between those two, rematching that quarter-final from the Olympic Games. But it's Iglesias who's going to get it. He took a 2-point lead on all 3 cards going into that fifth and final round, so Gияsov needed a really big round and didn't manage to deliver one. It certainly wasn't for lack of trying. You can see what he was putting into all of those punches there.
Señoras y señores, el resultado del combate, división 69 kilogramos. Ladies and gentlemen, the score of this bout, 69 kilograms division. Juez 1, judge number 1. 48-47, 48-47. Juez 2, judge number 2. 49-46, 49-46. Juez 3, judge number 3. 49-46, 49-46. El vencedor por votación unánime, the winner, unanimous decision de los Domadores de Cuba.
So Iglesias gets it 49-46 on 2 cards, 48-47 on the other. So 1 judge giving that final round to Gияsov, the other 2 going for Ronьель Iglesias. So it's comfortable. It's another win by unanimous decision, and that's 3-0 on the night now, and that takes Cuba to a 5-3 lead in the match overall. 1 more point, and they go through to the semi-finals. And Iglesias, just like his teammates Yosvani, Veitia and Lázaro Альварес, has delivered when his team needed him to. In the next bout between Cruz and Melikuziyev, we'll have a rematch of the 2015 World Championship final, which saw Cruz emerge victorious. Melikuziyev actually down at middleweight in the 2015 World Championships. Cruz up at light heavyweight, so a factual error there from me. Melikuziев, a Rio Olympic Games silver medalist at 75 kilos, has stepped up to 81 this season.
81 kilos division. Árbitro, referee, Luca Badilonga de Italia. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistan, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner, Bektemir Melikuziев.
Melikuziев, a silver medalist in Rio and a silver medalist in Doha in the 2015 World Championships. He did on both occasions lose to a Cuban, and that was Arlen Lopez. Won gold at the recent Asian Championships, defending the title that he won in 2015, so he's had a lot of success recently. 2-0 in WSB so far this season. And he must win this bout quite simply, or Cuba will go through to the semi-finals.
En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, timers from Cuba corner, Julio Cesar La Cruz.
Well, La Cruz is a quite extraordinary fighter, a three-time world champion, gold medalist in Rio in 2016, knocked out in the quarterfinals in London in 2012, which was a bit of a surprise, but Yamaguchi Falcao managed to do what no one else has really managed over the course of the last 6 or 7 years, which is to get him to come forward over the top of that front foot and really engage. He's incredibly difficult to hit. He doesn't sting all that hard with his own shots, but he's the kind of fighter who could win a round without even landing a punch because he makes you miss and look bad. And again, enormously experienced in WSB.
Cuarto combate de la noche, división 81 kilogramos de first bout tonight, 81 kilograms division. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner, subcampeón olímpico de Río 2016, Olympic silver medalist, Rio 2016, Bektemir Melikuziев. En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, timers from Cuba corner, campeón olímpico Río 2016, tricampeón mundial, campeón panamericano, Olympic champion, three-time world champion, Pan American champion, Julio Cesar La Cruz.
Well, he really is a man who has won it all. Has lost this season, though, to Albert Ramirez, who actually beat him in the American Championships final in 2015 as well. So light heavyweight Julio La Cruz for Cuba, Bektemir Melikuziев with the blue gloves for the Uzbek Tigers. Luca Vadalonga of Italy, our referee. Well, it's always very enjoyable watching La Cruz. He has a lot of fans all around the world. General, as he likes to call himself, and Melikuziев in the southpaw stance there. As I say, he's moved up from middleweight to light heavy, another 6 kilos, which is the best part of a stone. Seems to have settled into the weight pretty well. As I say, he's another one of the 9 gold medalists Uzbekistan had in the recent Asian Championships. He beat Eric Aljanov of Kazakhstan in the final. This is the toughest of tasks here, really, to get a victory over La Cruz. He's just jabbing at the moment. Not doing a great deal else. He's the one holding centre ring for the most part at the moment. Melikuziyev just working around the outside, trying to get him behind that left hand there, the Uzbek. Bit of a difference in height between the two. Good jab there from the Cruz. He just moves those feet so well. Holds the hands low. So much faith and trust in those reflexes, and rightly so. Left hand came back there from Melikuziyev. I don't think it landed completely clean. Trying to let go with the left hand there, Melikuziyev. Again, he was just slightly short. With the left hand to the body, and looking to try and land a left to the head. With a jab here from the Cruz. Just trying to inch his way in there, Melikuziyev, just moving forward with that front foot, and then just walked onto the right hand a bit. The Cruz, though, lost his balance a touch as he came forward there, which is not something you see very often, and he's doing all right in this opening round here, Melikuziyev. The Cruz maybe just beginning to find a bit of rhythm, though, right in the final few seconds. Touch of gloves and a nod of the head between the two. Wasn't much landed clean there from either one of these two fighters in the opening round, and just look at the Cruz there as he comes forward, his feet just following his hands. Square on. He gets it though with all three judges. There wasn't too much in that opening round.
Second round.
Just keeps that lead hand moving. The Cruz, it's always moving. Too distracting for your opponent possibly, and then he just looks to flick it up and try and score with it. Melikuziyev looks a little bit stiff at times. Weight mainly on that back foot often. Moves in on the Cruz and finds himself on his opponent's shoulder as the Cruz just kind of came forward himself. Saw what was coming from Melikuziyev and just shut it down. Right to the body there from the Cruz. Left hand on the inside there from the Cruz as well, and then just swayed back. He does at times seem to defy gravity almost as he just pulls back from punches. With just a loss of balance there. Just pot-shotting the Cruz with the right to the body, and then again he just makes Melikuziyev look a little bit foolish. He does this to lots of fighters. Right hand from the Cruz got through. It's a very frustrating experience sharing a ring with Julio de Cruz, because you think he's in one position, you move in, you throw, and then you realise he's somewhere else, and he's just so difficult to catch. It's a pretty difficult job, I think, to hit him with a bucket of water. Melikuziев just trying to quicken up those feet. Cutting down the ring, cutting off the ring against the Cruz is very hard. Generally, you can just end up following him around. Heads almost coming together on the inside there as Melikuziев just overbalanced a bit as he came forward. End of round 2. And this is slipping away from Uzbek Tigers, I'm afraid. But to come in tonight with really high hopes after that 3-2 lead that they established last week. It was a terrific night for them. It was a really good night of boxing all round. It would have given them real hope that they could come here and get something done and maybe get what would have been a massive win. It's looking increasingly unlikely. And it goes the Cruz's way, so a 2-0 margin in rounds, a 2-point margin on all 3 of those cards. But if this continues to go the way that it is at the minute and the Uzbek Tigers get eliminated, they do deserve a lot of credit, because they came into this quarter-final pretty much straight off the back of those Asian Championships, and as I said, all of the fighters who did so well in that tournament have taken part in this quarter-final, and their exploits in the Asian Championships will have taken something out of them inevitably, but they brought it over the course of these 2 evenings against a team that most people would still say is the team to beat. They have been beaten this season against Colombia, against the Colombia Heroicos, who've been superb on their debut season in WSB. And those two could well be meeting in the semi-finals. Left hand from the Cruz on the move. Melikuziев is looking to try and be a bit more aggressive in this 3rd round. He knows that he's got to try and do something, but often when fighters find themselves in this position, they make it actually a bit easier for the Cruz, because they need to open up and take a few chances, and he is so quick to exploit any openings that are given. Loss of balance there from Melikuziев as he tried to come forward. The head was down, carried it in a little bit low, but there's no real danger of the head clashing, because the Cruz was long gone by the time his opponent was stumbling forward. Left hand on the inside there again from the Cruz. Wind up with that backhand, that right hand of Cruz, or at least he looked like he was, and then he takes a trick down as well, just a slip. Final few seconds of round 3, and it's been similar to the opening 2 rounds. I don't think there's an awful lot really that the Cuban coaching staff need to say to La Cruz. He knows his boxing so well. And there's that short right hand on the inside. Good left hand there though from Melikusiev. And that's where he slipped, tripped.
Segundos fuera.
So La Cruz is almost out of sight here. Melikusiev is going to need, again, some big rounds here to try and turn this around.
Cuarto salto, first round.
Still got the super heavyweights to come after this, but unless Melikusiev can do the near impossible here, really, then it will be 6-3, and that will be Cuba through to the semi-finals. He's had his gloves up a bit more than I've seen him in the past here, La Cruz, actually, in this fight. Melikusiev just trying to come forward with a left hand to the body. Again, just didn't quite reach. Nice 1-2 there from La Cruz. Snappy work. Slightly messy this fourth round. Cruz goes down again, but once again it's just a tangle of legs. Cruz is landing that right hand over the top from the outside. Not a heavy puncher. Hulio Cruz, he doesn't really score too many stoppages, but he wins an awful lot of fights in WSB, 50 points to 45 on all three cards, and that may well be the way this one is going. One more to go at light heavyweight, and Cuba just one round away from victory. He's just got to make sure he doesn't get knocked out in this fifth and final round, La Cruz, and he will be there. And it's not something I think he will have any great difficulty with. Split score in that time. Melikusiev gets around from Judge A, but it's 40 points to 36 with Judges B and C. Touch of gloves at the start of the fifth and final round. Julio La Cruz of Cuba in the white shorts. Bektemir Melikusiev of the Uzbek Tigers in the blue and white. wearing the blue gloves, and Cruz with the red gloves, and Cuba on the brink here of qualifying for the semi-finals. The semi-final that will see them face either of the Colombia Heroicos, who beat them in Cartagena in the group stages, lost here in Havana. So it'll be either them or Italia Thunder. That match is just getting underway. So we will know in a few hours' time what the makeup of that semi-final will be. Semi-finals will be on the weekends, the Fridays and Saturdays of the 2nd and 3rd of June and the 9th and 10th of June. Changed the WSB format this season in the knockout stages, seeing the 10 bouts being contested in both countries, so one team not having home advantage for all 10, but 5 in each country. Could change that, I think. And the standard this season has been tremendous again. The 12 teams have made it a real hothouse of very high quality boxing. And there was a lot to be decided going into the final matches of the group stages, which again is exactly what you want. You want it to be fiercely contested all the way through, and it certainly has been. There's that jab, it comes in from distance. He's tried here, Melikusiev, but he's just found this to be extremely difficult, as almost everybody who gets in the ring with the Cruz finds fighting him to be. And this is what he's up against. He stepped up to light heavyweight, and if he wants to land major titles, world titles or Olympic titles, then this is the man he's got to beat. He is the undisputed #1. The only thing that was missing for him was an Olympic gold medal, and he took care of that in Rio in the summer. Cruz looking to put on the finish here as the bell goes, and he knows that he's got the win. Melikusiev raises his gloves, but I don't think he can really think that he's won that fight. The reaction from the corner, though, makes you wonder whether they do think they could have got it. They haven't got it because we're privy to the scores, of course. They're not. And the Cruz, at worst, has won this 49-46 on 2 cards and 48-47 on another, which will take Cuba to 6-3. And that will send them through to the semi-finals. It will be 4-0 on the night. With just the super heavyweights to come.
Señoras y señores, el resultado del combate, división 81 kilogramos. Ladies and gentlemen, the squad is about 81 kilograms division. Juez 1, judge number 1. 48-47, 48-47. Juez 2, judge number 2. 50-45, 50-45. Juez 3, judge number 3. 49-46, 49-46. El vencedor por votación unánime. The winner, unanimous decision de los Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba.
So the Cruz gets it, bit of a spread on the scoring there, 50 points to 45, so 5 rounds to 0, 49-46, which is 4-1, 48-47, which is 3-2. And it is indeed Julio the Cruz. Ronьель Iglesias won earlier on. And it's 4-0 on the night for the Cuba Domadores, which takes them to 6-3, and means that they go through to the semi-finals yet again. Still one bout to come, though, the super heavyweights. Jose Lardouet against Bacadid Jalolov, and that should be a really interesting one. 2 big, heavy hitters about to take to the ring. Melikusiev did everything that he could. He tried everything he could possibly think of, but the mercurial Julio La Cruz has landed another win for his team, and they will go marching on to meet either Colombia Heroicos or Italia Thunder in the semi-finals, and La Cruz just lapping up the congratulations at ringside from friends and family. So there it is, unanimous decisions all the way through, and the Uzbek Tigers have never really managed to get close in any of those bouts, to be perfectly honest.
Quinto combate de la noche, división más de 91 kilogramos, the fifth bout tonight, Super Heavyweight Division, árbitro, referee, Ray Morley de Inglaterra. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tigers from Uzbekistan corner, Bhakhdir Jalolov.
Well, Bhakhdir Jalolov is a good fighter. Big height difference there in his favour. Won a gold medal at the Asia Championships, beating Konkabayev of Kazakhstan in the final, who he lost to this season, actually, earlier in the season. I saw Jalolov at the Olympic qualifiers, the Asian Oceanian qualifiers last year, and I like the look of him a lot as a fighter. He's in terrific shape, and this will be an interesting kind of clash of styles in a way, because he is a big, tall, rangy fighter. Lardouet is short, stocky, explosive.
De los Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba corner, Jose Ángel Lardouet.
Lardouet 3-0 this season. He's been destructive, and these his first WSB bouts since 2014, so he's come back into the competition with a real bang. Lenia Perro in recent seasons has been the #1 at super heavyweight. I always got the feeling that Perro was never quite big enough for super heavyweight, to be honest. Lardouet does not have that problem. As I say, he's not that tall, not compared to somebody like Jalolov, but he's powerful. If he can get onto the inside, if he can get inside those longer limbs of Jalolov, then Jalolov is going to have a big problem. He's got to try and keep him off.
Quinto combate de la noche, división más de 91 kilogramos, the fifth bout tonight, Super Heavyweight Division. En la esquina de los Tigres de Uzbekistán, Tiger from Uzbekistan corner, bronce mundial Qatar 2015, World Bronze Medalist Qatar 2015, Bhakhdir Jalolov. En la esquina de los Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba corner, campeón mundial juvenil, bronce mundial, World Junior Champion, World Bronze Medalist, Jose Ángel Lardouet.
So final fight of the night, super heavyweight, Jose Lardouet of Cuba on the left there, on the right, Bhakhdir Jalolov of the Uzbek Tigers.
Shake hands. Good luck.
And the match has gone. Cuba Domadores are through. They're 4-0 up on the night, but Jalolov has still got plenty to box for here. He'll want to get a point on the board for his team. Lardouet will want to go 4-0 this season. Jalolov, as mentioned by the MC, a bronze medalist in the 2015 World Championships. Lardouet, a world champion in the junior ranks. World Championship bronze medalist a little while ago as well. And Lardouet will just look to maraud forward, just switching southpaw there briefly. get onto the inside and then just let his hands go. That's what he does, and he does it to good effect. Жалолов is taller, leaner. That's where Lardouet wants to be, where he can set his feet and just wing in with those hooks, kind of bent arm work. Really digs his toes in and gets some good purchase on the punches. He's got to get snap on the jab, Жалолов. That's key for him. He's got to get Lardouet's respect. There's got to be enough on these punches from Жалолов to keep Lardouet off him. If there isn't, then he could be in trouble. This is not where Жалолов wants to be, but manages just to try and work himself out of the corner. But again here, just gets caught. Good right hand there from Lardouet, but neat footwork from Жалолов. Just turned his man on the ropes. And you could see that the crowd there were getting pretty excited when they felt that their man had got Жалолов pinned back in the corner. Winging right hand there from Lardouet, taking on the gloves from Жалолов, who's on the front foot here quite a lot of the time, which is good. That's where he needs to be, piling in behind that backhand. He doesn't want to give ground to Lardouet. He's got to stop him in his tracks. He's got to give him something to think about. Lardouet trying to sink in that right hand. I think this is going to be a good fight. Just keep using that jab, Жалолов. Good left hand there from the Uzbek. Just looking to try and sneak that right hand around the back of that left glove there of Жалолов. Final few seconds of the opening round. Not an easy one to score this. Smearing left hand there, just hit the top of the head of Жалолов. Good stuff in the opening 3 minutes. Bit of blood coming from the nose there of Lardouet. Nice uppercut. Well delivered that from Жалолов. That jab is going to be important for him. He needs to pump that out as often as he can. And let's have a look at the scoring there. Split scoring. Two judges going for Lardouet, one going for Жалолов. As I said, there wasn't much to pick between them. I thought the slightly cleaner work actually came from Жалолov. A bit more volume maybe from Lardouet. Lardouet coming forward, trying to close that gap, but Жалолов using his feet well. Jab just kind of ricocheted off the gloves and found a path through there for Жалолов. He needs to keep using that. Lardouet going to the body with the right hand. He will not be discouraged. He will come forward, holding those gloves high. Nothing particularly complicated about what Jose Lardouet does, but it's quite difficult to stop. Again, just trying to lean on Жалолов a little bit there, but Жалолov has a big physical presence himself. Just looking to use that long range 1-2 there, Жалолov. Lardouet really makes you work hard to keep him off. And already signs in the second round here that Jalolov's feet are beginning to slow down a bit, I think, and Lardouet just pushing him back towards the ropes. looks to unload those heavy hands. Into the final minute of round two. Жалолов just slightly hesitant with that left hand, left himself a little bit open, and then was off balance. Lardouet just moved forward, and again just working away with that right hand. And even though they don't get through all that clean, some of these shots from Lardouet, they do still have an effect. You take them on the glove, but the glove cannons into the side of the head, into the face, and Жалолов is feeling them. Good left hand there from Lardouet. And this is looking a little bit dangerous for Жалолов, to be honest with you, and Lardouet looking to try and get to work there again. More and more Жалолов is finding himself back on the ropes, which is not where he wants to be. He's got to try and keep those feet moving, but again he finds himself back to the ropes, and Lardouet just cuffs away. Good left hand on the bell. He is a force to be reckoned with. That was a good left hand. He just dipped away to his left-hand side. He almost looked like he was going to change stances there for a second, and then just whipped in that left hook. He hardly throws any straight punches. But once he gets into his kind of range, does rotate through it. Turns from the waist, and that's what generates the power. Жалолов is a touch of a sorry sight in the corner there. All the judges going for Lardouet in round two. So 2-point margin with two judges, level with the other, and Lardouet straight to work here. He's not messing around. Not easy for the referee to get between those two and separate them. Жалолов is just standing in range far too much. And again there he just walks forward with the gloves held high, but he needs to try and keep it on the outside and pop that jab out and move really, try and get enough on that jab to try and stop Lardouet just coming forward, because at the minute the Cuban just doesn't really have any respect for the punching power of Жалолов. He's happy just to walk forward. He doesn't really care if he gets caught on the way in. Lardouet's putting a lot into this at the minute. You saw him blowing between rounds a bit. Down he goes. It's a slip though, according to the referee. With the crowd enjoying this performance from their big super heavyweights. His three contests so far this season have ended in the first round twice, and then against Christian Salcedo, a fight I saw who was abandoned after the third, and a standing count here for Жалолов. And I would be surprised if he gets through the 5 rounds here, I would. Lardouet is straight back on him, minute to go in the third. Salcedo in that fight, he'd just taken as much as he could, and it had to be brought to an end by the corner, and they were absolutely right to do that. Trying to fire back there, Жалолов, trying to do anything he can, really. Referee telling Lardouet off for grabbing hold of the top rope and using it for balance. He's not been beyond 3 rounds, Lardouet, but there's no real sign of him gassing here as he just sends those hands crunching through. And I'd say that may well be a 10-8 round, with certainly 1, 2, maybe all 3 of the judges. And there's a standing count from the referee. He's heavy-handed, Lardouet, he really is, and he's accurate. He doesn't really load up too much with the punches. And that left hand in around the back of the glove.
Segundos fuera, second out.
Well, they came here in expectation of a Cuban win, and it's exactly what they've got. Didn't see the scores flash up at the end of the 3rd round there, but as I say, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be pretty surprised if we didn't actually have some 10-8s in there from the 3 scoring judges ringside. And Жалолов will do well to make it through to the end here. And we've already recapped his credentials, a World Championship bronze medalist, to Asian Championship gold medalist in very recent times. He's a good fighter, but Lardouet is just manhandling him in there, really. The jab has just disappeared for Жалолов. It's disappeared completely. Nice 1-2 there from Жалолов. The left hand was decent, but then a short right from Lardouet just sneaks through the guard. The Cuban maybe is lacking a bit of energy now. Жалолов is doing better here, just sticking that backhand, that's working for him, it's keeping Lardouet off him. More effectively than anything else has, and he's looking a bit laboured, the home fighter. The crowd want another stoppage from him. He just ate a left hand there, Lardouet. Couple of clubbing rights on the inside, though. Again, short, heavy left hand. Just sent Жалолов almost staggering towards the blue corner. Taking these punches from Lardouet, it's like being clubbed around the head with a big, heavy, wet sandbag. Short right hand there. This has been a much better round for Bаходир Жалолов. He's dug in here and showed some real grit. No knockdown. So just one round to go in tonight's entertainment, and it's been good entertainment too. It's been Cuba who have dominated, as they so often do. They had a 1-point deficit to turn around coming into tonight's 5 bouts, and they levelled it up after the flyweights for Yosvani, Veitia, and then the wins for Lazaro, Альварес, Роньель, Iglesias, Hulio, Cruz, all by unanimous decision. They took their berth in the semi-finals, and Lardует looking to make it 7-3 overall. 10-9s again. And there were 2 10-8s from judges B and C. But a round there has gone in favour of Жалолов. That 4th round presumably being scored in his favour, but there were 10-8s across the board, I think, that previous round. If he can get through this 5th and final round here, Жалолов, he will become the first WSB fighter this season to manage that against Jose Lardует. And that is very much the aim here, I think. Strong left hand there from Lardует, followed it up with the right, and then just looks to lean on a little bit. Жалолов trying to use those feet, and just taking the weight back and then just looking to wrap Lardует up, who I think would love to supply the big finish here, but I don't think he's going to chase it massively. Super heavyweight, it only takes 1 punch. You just need to get careless for a second and it can all be over. It's a measure of what Lardуet's done in WSB this season, really, that they were saying of somebody like Bаходир, Жалолов, such an accomplished performer, such a decorated boxer, that he's going to have done well just to have gone the distance here. It's a pretty sobering experience for him, really. See Lardует in with British Lionheart's Fraser Clark at some point. Clark, who really took WSB by storm last season, didn't get to go to the Olympics. Joe Joyce had already qualified. He was the #1 with GB. Yeah, a tremendous season. It's been looking good again this time around. It could be a really good matchup. Into the final 30 seconds. It's going to be 5-0 on the night for Cuba. 7-3 overall. Send them through to face either Colombia or Italy. Good combination there from Lardует, finished with the left hand, and he's pretty tired in there too now. And Jalolov's going to make it to the final bell. I think much to his relief, he deserves some credit for that. Walked onto a short right hand there. I wasn't sure he would make it, particularly in that 3rd round. Stiff right hand there from Lardует, just to finish things off, and it won't do him any harm to do the full 5 rounds either, just to know that he's got that in the tank. It's more difficult for the big men, the heavier men. They've got a lot of weight to carry around. And he's finished on his feet there, Bаходир, Жалолов. He was never off them. It was a standing count in the 3rd round, and well, that was pretty bruising for him. And he just took the weight back on that, or I think it might have sent him over. But you can tell how heavy those hands are from the shuddering impact they have every time they land. Even when they don't land clean like that, that just ricocheted off the shoulder and then up into the head, but still enough to stop him in his tracks.
Señoras y señores, resultado final del combate, división más de 91 kilogramos. Ladies and gentlemen, the score of this bout, super heavyweight division. Juez 1, judge number 1. 49-45, 49-45. Juez 2, Judge number 2, 50-44, 50-44. Juez 3, Judge number 3, 50-44, 50-44. El vencedor por votación unánime, the winner, unanimous decision de los Domadores de Cuba,
so Larduet gets it, as we knew he would, 4-0 this season. 5-0 rounds with two of the judges, 4-1 with the other. All three scoring that round with the standing count by a margin of 10 points to 8. So it's an emphatic win for Lardouet, who has been very, very good so far this season, returning to WSB for the first time since 2014. Has made that super heavyweight berth very much his own, and it's been a pretty supersonic performance from Cuba tonight, to be honest. Wins for Yosvani, Veitia, Lasaro, Альварес, Ronьель, Iglesias, Hulio, Cruz and Jose Lardouet, all by unanimous decision, all comfortable on the cards, meant that they overturned that 3-2 deficit from the first leg a week ago to make it 7-3 in the match overall, and to take them through to the semi-finals, where they will face either the Colombia Heroicos and Italia Thunder, who are doing battle in their second leg at the moment. So that's our first team through to the semi-finals. 3 more will join them over the course of this weekend. By tomorrow night, we will know who those 4 semi-finalists will be. It's been a tremendous night of boxing at the Coliseo Ciudad Deportiva La Habana, and it's the Cuba Domadores who have come out on top once again. So thanks very much for your company. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you again next time.
Gracias por su presencia. Reciban la invitación para el próximo 9 de junio en semifinales con los Domadores de Cuba en esta su instalación sede. Thanks for your presence, and receive the invitation for the next match of Cuban team in semifinal here in the city of sport in Havana. Have a good night. Buenas noches. Domadores de Cuba, Flavor from Cuba, Yosvani, Veitia. Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba, Lásaro. Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba, Ronьель, Iglesias. Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba, Hulio, Sesar, la Cruz. Cuenta 44-50-44 de los Domadores de Cuba, Timers from Cuba, José Ángel Lardue.